If they are unwell, one thing that you can do, I saw this online, I thought it's really, really clever, is if your dog is unwell and they're not necessarily able to go for walks go for walks or do lots and lots of food and eating, obviously they have to have their own food anyway each day. So you can provide that on something that's fairly easy for them to have, like licky mats, because you don't want to make it too challenging if they're not feeling very well. You want to make things quite easy so they're not frustrating and it's not adding stressor to them, because if the dog's not feeling great, they're already under some stress. So don't do things that are too difficult. If they aren't able to go for walks, you can actually go out and take bits of fabric with you, or tea towels, or little cloths or something, and it sounds crazy, rub it on different things, different trees, bushes, rub it on like metals and things, so things that you see. Yes, you will look like the nutcase in the park. Okay, you will look like the nutcase in the park. But if you rub it on different things and then take them back for your dog, they can sniff them. So you can place them out in different areas in the home and they will sniff them, and it provides them with information about the world outside and things that they would be missing out on, and gives them that relaxing dopamine boost that they otherwise wouldn't be getting. So that can help to make them feel better. You can do training that's quite stationary things, so more husbandry stuff, so relaxing on a mat, having paws touched, ears looked in if they're not sore or anything, teaching stay, because stay is quite stationary, leave it with certain bits of food as well. If they're a bit off food, then it might be easier for teaching leave it. If they have an actual injury where they are on crate rest, that is harder. Crate rest is hard because you have to monitor how much food they're having for a long period of time so that they don't put on weight. You could do little walks around the garden, so when they're on lead, it's walking around the garden, so when they go through their wee breaks, make sure the lead's there so they're not running around. You can take that opportunity to practice your loose lead walking as well, so you can do one lap of your garden of sniffing, one lap of loose lead walk training, and then back to crate again. You can do, again, providing a chewing activity. Things they can shred, so you can put their food, if it's dry, into like kitchen roll tubes and squish the ends so that they have to rip it apart whilst laying down to access the food. Oh, there you go. Helen's put up as well about Darcy. So she's going to be crated following cruciate ligament surgery. So any ideas for enrichment that requires little movement, or is it going to be mostly licky mats? So it is going to be a lot of putting her food into like licky mats, your Kongs, Conquest. You can buy different varieties of Kongs and of these toys. So Conquest, there's 4 different varieties, I believe. There's a few different varieties of licky mats. I always suggest, when you've got a dog who's got an injury that's like anywhere really, but particularly like cruciates and things, is you want to raise their foods so that when they're standing to eat, they're not having to lean down, because that stretches and can strain that injury. So you want to do things that are just below like chin height, so that they can just put their head down and eat rather than having to lean all the way down. Some dogs are more comfortable laying down once they've had surgery to eat, because they can't stand for long periods of time. So if that's the case, then Kongs, again, are great, providing her things to chew. And like I said, when you're doing your enrichment, you can do car journeys. Once she's healed up a little bit more, you can do car journeys. I've just thought, there's a really good book called No Walks, No Worries. I can't remember. I think it's Daniel Mills and Helen Zulch who have written it. I'll look for it and I'll post that in the group as well. But it is brilliant. It is packed full of things that you can do with dogs if they're on crate rest or if they can't have walks for whatever reason. So I'll post that in the group, so hopefully that'll provide you with some ideas too. It is a really hard time because you have to build up exercise and everything so slowly and gradually, and you don't want to overdo it. But the good news is there are things that you can do in the house and garden, and on their little diddy walks you can just use their brain. And sniffing, again, follow the dog, will be very helpful for the little bits they can do.